If you've been on Etsy for some time, or maybe you're a new Etsy and print-on-demand store owner, you may be looking and scrolling around Etsy and find some t-shirts, sweatshirts, and other items that are priced well under $10. I've seen listings as low as $7, $8, or $9 for a t-shirt, and you may be scrolling and thinking, how can I ever compete with these low prices? How do people even price that low to begin with? I know I thought that when I began, and it was very, very frustrating because I remember thinking, why should I even start a print-on-demand business with this competition so high? However, for those of you watching this video, good news for you is I wanted to go through these listings with you and show you that a lot of the times these stores that are pricing their listings for under $10 are actually selling kids clothing, toddler apparel, and things like that underneath their listing. And they use this method to kind of clickbait people into the items. A lot of different stores do this, and to be quite honest, it's really annoying as a Etsy seller going into this type of competition. And as annoying as it might be and frustrating for you, it's actually really frustrating for the customer. And I know for me, I've purchased many things on Etsy, and I've clicked into listings where it will say $9.99 plus, and then once I click into it, the actual price of the item is $30, and it's really frustrating for customers. One thing that I suggest if you're watching this video is, instead of joining those people who are kind of clickbaiting your customers, I suggest being honest with your pricing and using some of the strategies I'm going to share today to still get customers clicking into your listings without clickbaiting these people into your listing and then them kind of getting frustrated. I mean, those people do get sales, but to be quite honest, for me as a Etsy purchaser and also as an Etsy seller, I would highly recommend not doing this because I feel like it's just a bad practice I keep seeing all across Etsy, and there's really no need for doing this clickbaity type of thing that we see all across Etsy. So besides that, we're going to get into those simple strategies in just another moment here. So today I'm sharing my ultimate pricing guide for 2022, and this is just my strategy I use that I share with a lot of my clients and students that I work with, because this really does work. I've seen many students email me back and say, wow, I can't believe that actually worked. And this is a culmination of a lot of different videos you may have seen in my channel, but this one's specifically geared to the ultimate pricing guide, and this goes across multiple print-on-demand products. For these examples today, I am going to be talking about the Bella and Canvas 3001 because that's one of the #1 products sold on Printify, but you can use this pricing guide for any print-on-demand product, and it's really just 3 simple steps, guys. Today I didn't do it. If any OG POD friends have been watching this channel for some time now, for the past 6 months, I didn't do the Hunger Games sign. I did kind of this. I made sure my pinky was down. Okay, the first strategy that I suggest to everyone is, of course, you want to do your research. That is the #1 tip I have, is before you start pricing, you really need to research your competition. Now, when you go on Etsy, you're going to find a lot of those listings that say $7 plus or $9 plus or $12 plus. And realistically, those sellers would not make a profit unless they are printing, packing, and shipping all their items themselves. But right now, market prices have increased so much that it's really hard to get a profit, even if you are printing, packing, and shipping items by yourself as a handmade business. So with that being said, these people who are pricing their t-shirts really low, and to be quite honest, some of those places are pricing their t-shirts low because they can print, pack, and ship by themselves. But most people on Etsy are not doing that. You will notice they're doing that clickbaity type of thing where they put on toddler t-shirts and youth t-shirts, and those go for about $7 to $10 each. Then when you click into the t-shirt itself can be anywhere from $20 to $30. So this is something you really want to pay attention to when you are doing your research phase in this strategy. So when you're researching, I really want you to find the highest priced items in your specific niche or category, and then also the lowest priced items in your specific niche or category that you are researching prices for. So what you will do is you will write down those specific prices. Now you can get a handful of different prices. You do want a good mix of high and low and even the middle ground type of prices. You can do probably 5 different prices altogether. So 2 high, 2 low, maybe 1 in the middle. After that, you're going to add up all 5 and divide that by 5. This will get you your calculation for what price you should probably price your item at. Now guys, the reason, oh my gosh, my nails are so gross. By the way, I like chipped this. I shouldn't even show this on camera. So my middle finger is chipped. Sometimes I do my nails at home. I did gel nails. I bought these off of Amazon. It's a gel kit. I forget what the gel kit is called, but it's like #1 Amazon top choice, and it's a bunch of pastel shades. If anyone ever wonders, sometimes I do my nails myself, other times I get them done. The French dip, I definitely do not do at home. So if you see those, I get them done at the nail salon. Love the French dip. I don't know why I'm including this part in the video. I really don't know. Anyways, back to the video. The reason why I do this, guys, and the reason why I suggest you to do this is because you really want to get an idea of what your competition is pricing your items. And a lot of people, surprisingly, will usually buy the middle range of prices rather than the lowest price, because lowest price can also tell the consumer that maybe this is a very low quality item. And although, you know, their quality is probably the same as your quality, generally a lot of people stick to the middle prices in competition that you see on Etsy. So this is why I suggest having a mid-range price. You don't want it too high and you don't want it too low, because also you lose profit, and you could have got a sale if you priced maybe $1 or $2 more. So it's really crazy how that happens, and it happened to my store, it happened to multiple stores, and a lot of my clients I've worked with. This method really does work, and like I said, this works for any print-on-demand product. So if you're selling mugs, if you're selling tumblers, if you're selling maybe rugs, maybe towels, you want to add up those prices and find a middle range price that you can sell your item for. One example of this method is, let's say you found a Bella and Canvas 3001 in the teacher niche, and you found that the highest price someone was selling it for was $28 and the lowest price was $12. Now, what I would suggest is factoring in shipping and handling as well. So someone who might be selling for $28 may be offering free shipping. So maybe they're selling their t-shirt for $28, but they have free shipping, and the person who's selling their t-shirt for $12 does not have free shipping. So technically it's $16. So guys, the calculation for that is 28 plus 16 is 44 divided by 2 prices that we took, and the average of that is $22. So selling a Bella and Canvas t-shirt for $22 is a really great price to have. And honestly, I would not offer free shipping with $22. I think that is a fair and good price. And believe it or not, I sell Bella and Canvas 3001 in multiple different niches for $22. I do not offer free shipping. I do, however, offer free shipping over $35, but we're gonna get into a little quick tips about free shipping as well. And I have a video coming out in the next few weeks over free shipping or no free shipping as well. So look out for that video, because that will help anyone who is interested in wanting to know the debate over if you should offer free shipping or if you shouldn't, because I know that's a question I get a lot and I try to answer it, and I feel like I have answered it a few times, but to get more clear, I'm going to make a whole video over it again. So guys, with that being said, what I would suggest as well is if you are using a print-on-demand provider that charges way too high for production fees, maybe shipping, if you're offering free shipping, I would suggest maybe switching over to a print-on-demand provider that has lower production fees, because this can really make or break and put a dent into your profit. So for example, what I would suggest is going to Printify, and I've used Printify since the beginning because they have the lowest production rates across the industry of print on demand as far as I've seen for all of their different print on demand products. While there are some print on demand products that may be priced a little bit higher than other print on demand providers, Printify is still my go-to for selling t-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, mugs, and all of those types of items. They're really great for lower profit margin items, and believe it or not, my store gets a profit margin of $10 plus per item and per t-shirt I sell because I use Printify, which is a really nice profit margin for t-shirts. What a lot of people warned me of when I began with print on demand in my Etsy store is to not go into t-shirts at all costs because of the profit margins, and I'm happy I didn't listen to them, because I went into t-shirts, I then went to sweatshirts and hoodies, and those really sold for me, even though a lot of people said there was low profit margins. But with Printify, I was able to get over $10 of profit margins, and that's including Etsy fees, production fees. Besides that, again, I don't offer free shipping, but I still see a profit margin of around $10 on average. And that's why I have stuck with Printify, because you really don't see those profit margins with other print-on-demand companies. So guys, after talking about profit margins, that segues basically into step 2 of pricing your products. Now, this goes and applies to any type of product that you are selling. However, you want to factor some things into this. So generally, for a new Etsy business, you do want to have a profit margin of at least $5 per product that you sell. Now, with that being said, when you are on Printify's backend or any print-on-demand provider's backend, you will see the option to potentially adjust all of your listings and make sure that your profit is $5 plus, or maybe if you want a profit margin of $10 plus. Now, as a new Etsy business, you generally want to see $5 of profit margin for usually your first 100 to 200 sales. This stimulates people purchasing your items, and in turn, over time, you can raise your prices to meet your now established business on Etsy through maybe you getting 5-star reviews and other things like that. So in order to get that $5 profit margin, that does not mean that you're going to be pricing your items and adjusting all of your prices from your production prices by $5. An example of this is if you are on Printify and using Monster Digital for your Bella and Canvas 3001 t-shirts, then the production fees are $8.57. Now, what you may be thinking right away is, oh, then I'll price my items for maybe $13.57 to get a $5 profit margin. Now, when I'm talking profit margins, what really factors into that is your Etsy transaction fee, your listing fees, and then if you have a sale running, then you need to factor that into your profit margins as well. So instead of $5 increase from your production fees, you actually want to add on $5 plus maybe $3 to $5, so you still end up with a profit margin of $5. Now, I see this a lot in my print on demand friends Facebook group, where a lot of people have commented or posted and said, I ended up losing money from this sale, or I ended up not seeing any profit. And that's one thing that you really have to factor in, is that you're going to have a 6.5% transaction fee through Etsy, and that's based off of your retail value value of the item. So if you sell your item for $20 and there's a 6.5 cent transaction fee, then you would be looking at $1.30 of profit that's taken by Etsy. And that's something you need to consider as well. Also, if you have any sales running, then that's another thing, is you need to account for the sales that you have running, maybe for a holiday, maybe for just an everyday thing. But with that being said, again, you want to increase your prices by that $5 to maybe up to $10. Now, for my store specifically, I like to have a profit margin of $10. So for me, I have to increase that by $4 to $5. Now, some of you may be freaking out right now and be like, oh my gosh, so we're supposed to increase our prices by, you're saying almost $14, $15, Heather. How do you even see a profit at the end of the day? Now, stick around for tip number 3 because it's going to make a lot more sense in a moment here. For this example specifically, this is how I would price a Bella on Canvas if I wanted to see a profit margin of $10 plus. So the production fees for Monster Digital is $8.57. Now, I would add on $10 because that's the profit margin I want to see. However, in order for me to come home and get a takeaway of $10, you need to increase by $4 to $5. So for this example, I would sell this item for $14 plus the production fees. So we would be having a price of $22.57 to $26.15. Now, factor this in as well. I am not offering free shipping in this example. I'm coming out with a video in the next few weeks on if I would suggest free shipping or if I would not suggest free shipping, because there's a huge debate over this and I have my own opinion on this. It's really based on a few different factors, and that's why I'm making a whole video over that in the next few weeks. So don't forget to subscribe and wait for that video. So guys, in the third step, and any OG POD friends, I just want to make this known that I didn't do the Hunger Games sign this time. I did this with my pinky. I almost did it. I almost did the Hunger Games sign and I didn't this time. I hope every OG POD friend is proud of me right now. So the third pricing strategy that I use on every single listing is I put on a 15% off sale. And that's why we jumped our prices. Instead of just $10 increase from the production fees, I do a $15 on average increase. And the reason why is because I always have a 15% off sale running. Now, there's a few other things and a few other strategies I do with this, and you can check out my video, which is called The One Thing That Tripled My Sales on Etsy. I will put a link in the description below, but I do this as well, and this is factored into my profit margins when I am pricing my items. Hopefully all of these 3 steps helped you in figuring out how to price your items. Now, with that being said, if you need any other help, I do have free courses and trainings in the links in my descriptions. One training I am running right now is how to earn your first 10K with Etsy and print on demand. I am running this on a monthly basis, and it is a 90-minute training that really teaches you things I have not taught anywhere else. So I really love this specific training. Besides that, I do have an Etsy and print on demand crash course. Again, it's in the links in the description below. That is the basics on how to set up your own Etsy and print on demand store and learn the fundamentals and the basic knowledge you need to know to be a new Etsy and print on demand store owner. Besides that, don't forget to subscribe, comment down below, and suggest any future videos that you would like to see. And don't forget to stick around for that blooper reel, because this video was a struggle and y'all know one's coming. It's coming. So see you guys in the next video here. I know for me, I've purchased many things on bleh, I can't speak. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna fix this lighting because it's getting dark. It's getting dark in here today, guys. So anyways, oh, that is not what I wanted. Okay, mid-range and middle of, I'm gonna repeat that. That was kind of weird the way I said it. I'm doing the math on that. Okay, I'm gonna change a little bit here. This lighting is just it's not being nice today. I'm gonna edit the light. So guys, I know some of you may be sitting here right now and thinking, the prices Heather's suggesting, bleh, I can't speak. Some of you may be sitting here right now and thinking, the prices Heather's suggesting, bleh, I can't say suggestion, suggesting. We're gonna get this right this time. So guys, the prices that, I'm gonna repeat that, it's always rough on filming days. It's always very rough. Literally, I'm struggling today. I am struggling. Besides that, guys, that's going to be all for this video today. Don't forget to I can't speak today.